Segment is sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, welcome back, everyone. You can call us here at 737-7767. We might have some questions for you, or we'll be able to answer some questions for you.
Yeah, Emory might answer a couple.
Emory might answer
they
a
have
couple
some questions for her.
She told me, she said, if you want to kill big bucks, just come ask me.
She'll let you know. She'll let you know, won't she? You think they're going to be pretty good this weekend?
Uh-huh.
You do?
Because
that cold front?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've been practicing, I saw.
She has been working on calling.
You've been practicing big
She's
time.
been working on rattling a little bit, learning how to rattle this year. And
you love deer hunting.
Called in some little bucks.
Uh-huh.
Now, you like deer hunting over turkey hunting, or you like them both?
I don't really like turkey.
I can't get her into. She likes to call the turkeys. That's as much as she wants to do with turkeys. She likes to call
All
them.
I like is calling turkeys.
Yeah.
You like to call them.
She's mean with a slate call.
She is that. Now, she called you one in.
She did a couple years ago.
A couple years ago.
But yeah, I think she likes the deer hunting a little better. When you were 5, that's right.
That's right.
When she was 5, she called one in for me.
That's right. Now, can you call your daddy in a big deer? Come on, you gotta have fun. She's learning how now.
She's trying to learn.
Trying to learn. All right, Miss Emory, do you still use your rattling right now? Is that a good call to make?
We're still rattling right now. We rattled last week, didn't we?
You're still using the horns?
So we get some little bucks to come in.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take a call. Well, they said we had a call, but I don't see one here. Okay, sorry guys, we've lost you.
Call back.
Try us again. We'll get you on here.
Now, do you use a grunt call this time?
What's a grunt call?
Look at two you blow on.
Oh, yeah.
How's it go? What about a snort wheeze?
I don't think she's familiar with that one. You locked her up on that one.
I locked her up. Okay, we'll have to get you one of those.
You got the pro on that one.
Let me get you one of those.
Yeah.
You use the can?
She does. She likes to hit the button on the. She likes the button on the robocall and watch it. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. She just hits the button and watches it roll. But you know, she's.
What it is though, Brandon, you got her involved.
She does. She has a big time. She's helped me do a little bit of filming this year. You know, she was filming when we had those bucks come out at 8 yards earlier this year and had one of them bust us, and it was a good time. And we've had a good time this year. We really have. She's been with me quite a bit.
But you're making a future hunter out of her, and she loves it.
She enjoys going and usually asks me to go. If she don't, I just go. But if she asks me to go, you know, of course, she's welcome anytime.
She's welcome to go.
We got a caller here on one.
Yep. Jason, how can we help you tonight?
Yes, sir. This is Jason Knight, and it's great to have kids on the show.
It sure is, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My question is, can you give me an estimate, maybe on the buck to the doe ratio, maybe in Tennessee or in our district in Cheatham County and our unit? But and I'll hang up and listen.
Sure.
All right, sure. We can help you out there.
I mean, there's not. Yeah, thank you for calling. There's not really there's not been a number run on that statewide. There's not a statewide number you could get on that. West Tennessee is going to vary from East Tennessee, so on and so forth. The majority of the tests that I have seen run in the state of Tennessee run at about 3 or 4 to 1. So even though it seems like it's a lot higher than that sometimes when you're seeing all those does, you're typically 3 or 4 does to a buck. On your ratio. There are some private farms we have run on where we've gotten 2 to 1s. I've never gotten a 1 to 1, and personally don't believe that's real healthy anyway, but we have gotten 2 to 1s before. But if I were to say statewide, I would probably say an average of 4 to 1 on that.
Yeah, I would too. And I think it varies from county to county.
It does. That's why I'm saying West Tennessee, that number would probably be a little higher. East Tennessee, the number would probably be a little bit lower.
Yeah. And I think Middle Tennessee is kind of the average of both.
It can vary with land mass. You know, it varies with how much land's around you.
Well, habitat plays a big part of this too, so you got to keep that in mind. The amount of rain we've had and stuff like that. People don't understand that all this stuff moves deer.
It does, and you mentioned habitat, which is the key.
It is the key.
Habitat, because the more habitat and sustainability you have, the more deer you can have, the more turkeys you can have, so on and so forth. We got Steve on one. Steve, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Hey,
doing
buddy,
great.
how are you? This is
I'm
Steve
doing
Brandon
well,
here,
sir.
guys.
Brandon, just talk a little bit about how waiting on shooting deer and how that helps your deer herd. I mean, as you saw this week, we've been letting deer go to their 4.5 before we shoot them, and it's really helped us a lot. So maybe if you talk a little bit about that.
I mean, it has. Just like on that place, you know, you guys for a long time had that place managed basically for 3.5-year-old deer. And at that point in time, you had a great farm, and notice how you would see 2.5-year-old deer all the time, you know, and 1.5-year-old deer. And what's happened now? We were hunting this past week, and I don't know when I've sat a few days and seen as many 3.5-year-old deer in my life. And what that does is every time you manage up to another age class, you're going to see more and more of those age classes below. So if you're managing to 4.5, then you're going to get those sneak 5.5, 6.5-year-old bucks that accidentally made it past you. But if it is your personal goal to manage to 2.5, that is fine too. That can be done, and then you're going to have a 3.5 once in a while. But if you'll manage to those different age classes, you'll get not only a more quality deer and a lot more of those 3.5-year-old deer, like we saw this past week with Steve. But by doing that too, you're going to get to learn a lot more.
Now we still have Steve on the line, right?
Yeah,
Steve?
I think so.
Steve, you still there with us?
I guess he's not.
No, he's not. Okay. But I would like to question Steve in the fact that, okay, because here's what I'm hearing from other hunters. Hugh, we're allowed 2, and we realize that, bucks. But we're running our trail cameras, and we got 6-pointers and 7-pointers that have messed up racks or genes aren't, you know, do we still take those out at 2.5, or do you take them out at 2 years old, or you let them grow to see what they're going to be, or are they always going to be that way, or? Not
normally, and in a wild deer herd, there's not really anything you can do to...
You're saying there's nothing set in stone.
Right, and you're not going to do anything to affect their genetics anyway. I know it seems like, well, we're seeing too many 7-point bucks and we need to shoot them all.
I don't mean that. I mean like he's got one side of his rack's 2 and the other one's 5.
Correct.
You know, there's a genetic problem there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean by 7 points.
But he's a 2-year-old or 2.5-year-old buck. Do you take him?
I don't, no.
You don't?
No.
That's what we're trying to find out. Why wouldn't you, Brandon?
Because you cannot affect genetics in a wild deer herd. You're not going to do it. Okay. To ever take that 7-point gene out, you're going to have to track his mother down.
Yeah.
You got to track his grandmother down.
Yeah.
You got to track his you know what I'm saying?
I'm willing to do that
too. That's the deal. You're not going to remove that gene because he's getting half of that from his mother. You're not ever going to figure out which doe it is.
Just wanted to throw that question out there because a lot of people ask.
So that's one of the main reasons why a lot of these outfitters and things where the management deer term came from, and there's some truth to that, but it's not really for genetics. It's more so to sell deer hunts.
That's right.
So
who we got now?
On 1, 2.
Benny, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, Hugh, this is Escape Trail Benny.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
Hey, how about the moon phase? What's it doing this year, at this time of year? Can you tell me there?
Yeah.
I know that this past week we were seeing a late evening movement. The major time was late in the afternoon, 4:20s, somewhere around in there. And then it was Monday morning, it was between 10 and 11 in the morning, and we actually saw about 15 deer between that hour. And that'll transition over as we're going into a new moon, I guess, is coming up in the next few days or week or so. But just keep an eye on that. If you follow the moon charts, you'll watch as those times change and circle around as the moon revolves us. But if you follow the charts, you can see how it flows each month. And then you can see a pattern.
When should your hunting times be during for the new moon?
Well, with the new moon, it's typically a good early morning hunt. It's a real good 6 to 8 a.m. hunt on the new moon.
And right before dark.
Right before dark's good. You're always going to get a good dusk and dawn movement, you know, just about every day. But that full moon is when you want to spend your 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock time in the woods because it's on fire.
So we hope that helps, Benny.
Oh yeah, isn't the Tennessee magazine the moon chart?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is? Okay.
Yes.
I'll have to
Yes.
look that up, guys.
All
Yeah.
right, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
Benny.
good night.
Bye-bye.
And we got James. How can we help you tonight?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is James Babbitt out of Cedar Forest State Park. I've talked to y'all before.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard anything about them turning some black bear being out in here?
No.
No, not that I'm aware of.
One out here so far, so they are down here.
Well, I got a little bit of news for everybody. The times, they are changing.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're going to see more and more black bear. And here's something else. I just got a report, and it's been verified. There's alligators in Gunnersville Lake.
Yeah, I've heard that too myself.
Yeah.
So things are moving because they're having problems with habitat and
Well,
food.
I mean, bears are just coming right down I-40.
That's all they're doing.
If you look at them, they're literally just coming
They're
right
just
down
following
I-40
I-40.
towards us.
So
Kind of like the armadillo. You didn't
Yeah, that's right. They
it.
just followed 65, didn't they?
everything's following the armadillo for some reason.
That's right.
It's true. That's true. But I was just wondering if you had anybody ever heard anything about that.
Well,
I'm not.
yes, sir, and I have not heard about the bear there, but I have heard of bear in other parts of the
Oh,
state.
yeah, man. I've heard of them showing up a lot of random
And-
places.
A mountain lion.
Yeah.
And
Several
there's
sightings
been
of those.
verified, TWA verified that it
Yeah,
was
they
a
have
mountain lion.
a couple.
Yeah, a couple.
different.
So things are changing, and it's because of food and habitat, I do believe.
It is
Drought.
lack of habitat.
Lack of
Yeah.
habitat, that's right.
Yeah, everybody thinks I'm crazy. I just
No.
wonder if somebody else has heard it.
Well, I'll be right there with you, James, because I'm crazy too.
Yeah, I know what to say.
Well, thank you, brother.
Thank you. Have a good
All
night.
right, buddy. I was just curious.
All right, bud.
All right, when's the deer season, rifle season open up?
This
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yep.
Saturday.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
All
All right.
Good luck to you.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
And
Time to go do
Time to
tip
do-
of the week.
tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is being brought to you by Davison Farmers Co-op, located there on Dickerson Road, just about a mile from Briley Parkway. Go in there and see those fine folks over there. Let me tell you something. Those girls that work in there are smarter than a whip, buddy. They know where
They'll get you
everything
taken
is,
care
and they
of,
will
won't they?
get you taken care of. So just because they're girls don't mean a thing. They know more than us boys do on that stuff. What do you got, Brandon?
Well, you know, I do a lot of hunting out of pop-up ground blinds. I probably spend at least half my time in pop-up blinds in different places. And, you know, we hunt out of some real good ones, but I've never found one where I can get the windows just right where I want. You know, I don't want it all the way open. I don't want it all the way closed, you know, and the zippers never really get them right where I want them. So what we're going to started doing is take that thing and roll it up and use a chip clip. And take that chip clip and you can hold your ground blind window wherever you want to. So if you want to hold it up, you know, halfway up or 3/4 of the way up or down, just roll it to where you want to and clip it with that chip
Brandon,
clip.
I'm a lot older than you. What's a chip clip?
That is for a bag of chips.
Okay.
Go to the grocery store.
Because y'all
and
call
get
everything a chip.
Get yeah, this is not a computer chip. You know, this is a bag of potato chips.
Okay, now we got
Get a
somewhere.
potato chip clip
Now we're
and
talking.
hold your windows together with it.
Potato
It really
chips.
works well.
I know where that department is in
that's right.
Kroger's.
You can find that at Kroger, can't you? We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.